How is the United States different from Russia? And how is it similar?
Let's say that American culture, I would call it a smile culture. Everyone would smile you, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that he thinks the same way, and he will. This is the country of politeness and any kind of thank you and you're welcome way. Whereas Russians will never pretend if they don't think this is, don't think this way. But the bad thing about it at the same time is that the guy who just smiled you with American guy, he can come, how are you? You say, I'm fine, and then he'll come home and he hang himself. So this is the distance that creates this is created from the smile and from the real feeling of the person. Meanwhile, the Russian one will show you his real attitude and say, what? Whatever. So this is the biggest difference between our cultures, I think.
So you mean that the main cultural difference is that people from Russia are more real in their emotions, more feelings and their feelings, while they're not hiding anything.
Absolutely, but I don't think it's the best way, because you have to be polite and know mind our manners. This is, these are something that you have to keep balance with, But we have to study something from American guys, and the Americans would rather have someone to say, I'm not that fine and the things are not going well with me, but I know you don't care, that's why I will say I'm fine.
Wow.
That's the same. The sad thing about it.
Did you know someone who said I'm fine, and then he went home and hanged himself?
I've heard about this. I've read about such accidents actually, and I know people that will say I'm so fine, but I know he's drinking all over, and they're all of his time, and he's got the empty bottles all over his apartment, but he always thinks and makes an impression he's fine.
What about the difference between American and Russian? Actually, let's not say men, but women. American women and Russian women. You see any difference?
Actually, Russian women, because of all those Hollywood movies, they start to imitate the American female style of thinking, because what comes to be more important for a girl now is, of course, wealth, money, car, apartment and clothing, and clothing was always important for Russian girls, but now it's also car, apartment and everything, and there is no such thing as love as for the value anymore. So yes, they are maybe better housekeepers, the Russian girls, than Americans, but the American can afford it, the housekeeper, he can. So we are all mixed up right now. Just, don't see the hugest difference now.
Hugest difference. Okay.